Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Thanks for checking in and happy Friday. We have an isolated severe risk later today. We'll be watching for some wind and hail potential mainly across the eastern part of the state. Quieter and sunnier as we head into Saturday. More storms return on Sunday and a marginal severe threat at that point. I did want to show you the drought monitor updated on Thursday every week. We still have severe drought in orange from Charleston south, but a lot of negative numbers here across much of the state. And over the next 7 days, we do have that rain chance coming back, maybe 1 to 2 inches. But a severe threat, slight risk in yellow here across the eastern part of the state. Later on this afternoon, again into the evening hours, there is that chance for some wind and some hail and a few pockets of heavy rain. And then Sunday, a marginal severe threat, again, farther to the north and east. Time now for a Fly CRW forecast. It starts at home. Some showers and thunderstorms in Florida, including Orlando and Tampa, even into Myrtle Beach. But Saturday morning from the Panhandle, we're going to be dropping down into the 60s. Most of the rain done as we head into the overnight hours. Temperatures topping out into the 80s on Saturday. Again, maybe a few showers early into the evening, quieting down after midnight. Saturday daytime highs topping out into the upper 80s from Romney to Cumberland, and Petersburg will be at 90 degrees. As we head to the south and west, again, showers and storms early into the evening hours. Those will be fading away. Harrisville at 60 degrees by Saturday morning, and those daytime highs will be a little cooler as you travel to Parsons and Elkins into the lower 80s. Farther south, again, the showers and thunderstorms early on with the thunder threat, of course, fading after midnight, and dry and sunny Saturday coming up. There's our chance for some additional thunderstorms on Sunday. Again, a marginal risk to the north and east, and a little cooler Monday.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Five, three.
Red 57! Red 57! Hot, hot!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Bill McKenzie kicks a 38-yard field goal on the final play of the football game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
From the home of the state's land grant institution, inside the Health Plan Studios, in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
And across the state of West Virginia, good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Omaha, Nebraska, and inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar, our home base here in Omaha, and the West Virginia University Mountaineers making history. Within the last 90 minutes, WVU in its first ever College World Series game knock off Troy by a final score at 7-5, and a crowd of 24,000 plus on hand. Temperature was great if you had sunscreen on, 80 degrees. It was absolutely glorious. It was everything that you would imagine a College World Series to be. The national anthem was superb. And then, right when the anthem was getting ready to start, guys, I said, boy, I wonder if we can get a flyover out of this. And then they came, 4 F-16s came roaring by. And then the baseball game itself was just a fantastic baseball game. Forget about who you're cheering for. If you are Bob in Billings, Montana, and you sit down and you watch that baseball game, that was a wow, and we're going to break down all the pieces of it here tonight.
It's amazing, guys. I'm running out of words. I mean, I just said earlier, there's another wow added to the mix, and you look right down the road, not far from us is the Field of Dreams where the movie took place. This is now the Field of Dreams. Walking into that building today, and Tony, you're right, it started to build yesterday, and then today at the pregame event here at Let It Fly, packed. There was gold everywhere. Then you walk into that building, and you're right, Tony, the beauty of the national anthem and the flyover, it was excellent. And then this Mountaineer team put together what it has done all year. And this was a great game, guys. We'll talk about this. This was a punch, counter-punch game, and standing in the middle of the ring and both fighters just slugging at each other. And West Virginia held in and won it late and took this game for their first ever College World Series win. Just remarkable.
Just what you guys said, and first the atmosphere, not only inside the stadium but also outside, because there's a lot going on. There's all kinds of venues where there's things happening, so there's that. I mean, just a wonderful atmosphere. And second of all, as you said, a great game. A great game. I mean, this was Troy. We knew this. We knew Troy's a good team, and they were very effective today. We were tied up at 5, and then West Virginia does what West Virginia does. The bottom of the order came up big again today, right? And I know we're going to talk about this. How about the performance of Ian Korn?
Ian Korn was awesome.
I mean, he comes in because Chancellor Cole just didn't have his stuff today. It's the third inning. He's out. And Korn comes in and just goes 6. Gives up 2 hits and 1 run. And just like, okay, I got it. Put it on my back. I'll carry you right to the end.
It's all season. It's whoever you hand the baton to next just takes it. Cole has been elite all season through the regionals and super regionals. And as you said today, Troy's very good, and they got to him.
Yeah.
So you call Korn in out of the bullpen, and he turns in an elite performance today that helps get you that first win. Just incredible.
We've often talked about the overall depth and balance of this football or basketball, baseball. I'll get
all of them.
All these
all
teams.
sports.
We've talked about the depth and the balance of this baseball team. And you guys just mentioned Ian Korn came on. He not only came on, he threw longer than he had in an entire game all season long. And then when you go to the bullpen to close it out, hey, guess what? There's a Disney movie from Bridgeport, West Virginia character who was playing at Potomac State, who paid $300 and some to come to WVU in a high school camp to be identified, paid his money and went like, I really want to play. Steve Sabins goes to him with the game on the line, the tying run at the plate, and he goes, doop, and took care of it. Now, talk about the overall depth. Top 3 batters in West Virginia's lineup this afternoon were a collective 1 for 13.
Yeah.
The bottom 4 batters, 6, 7, 8, and 9, they go 6 for 14. There's your depth.
But go further. 7, 8, 9 has been the story. So in the regionals and the super regionals, those guys are hitting over 400 for the tournament. In the super regional, those 3 drove in 15 runs on their own. Today, 7, 8, 9. 5 of 10 and 4 RBIs, which all came from Tyrus Hall, who, my goodness, Tyrus Hall, have a day. He is swinging the bat. He is playing the field. I'll get into some numbers defensively for this team because that's also what led you to this victory. Some all-star caliber plays in the field. It's just, this is what West Virginia does, right? Got pitching. Didn't come from your starter, but it came out of the bullpen. You got elite defense from multiple guys, and you got hitting and production throughout the whole entire order today.
All right, so those are the 3 of us that were at the game. What about an observation from someone who watched it back in Morgantown? Coach Greg Hunter joins us on the show. Coach Hunter, from your perspective, what was that like?
Innings, it felt like it was going to be a 12-11 slow-pitch softball score because,
Right.
I mean, both teams were offensively really just clicking along. I mean, give Troy a ton of credit because as good as Ian Cole has been, the Trojans were just whacking him around. And, that game is 4-4 after 3 innings, and it just felt like it was going to be an offensive juggernaut. But then, as you said, West Virginia's offense slowed down a little bit, but then Ian Korn really shut down the Trojans. And you said a lot of things, and you mentioned everybody that deserved credit, but Korn was the guy who took that game that could have been just really decimating for West Virginia and changed the whole tenor.
Also, we're going to talk about a lot of guys. How about Lunsden with 2 sacrifice bunts? Make a difference.
So there's that lineup that it doesn't matter where you are in the lineup or what you've done. Ben Lumsden has been swinging as hot a bat as anybody nationally, and today he had to bunt and get a couple sacrifices down when you need it. That's what this team does. Do you need to bunt? Fine, bunt. You need to hit a home run? Hit a home run.
Beautiful baseball.
They do whatever they have to do. And here's the other thing, guys, and this happens when you win big games. You can talk about multiple guys. We have not mentioned Armani Guzman. And here's the line. And
Who made history?
Here's the T-shirt. Speed kills. So he starts the game with a hard ground ball to second that barely gets kicked by the second baseman. It's not 4 feet on the outfield grass. Guzman not only reaches first, he's standing on second.
Right.
Then steals third. And then, oh, by the way, the pitcher's left-handed. His back is to Guzman. Guzman kept testing him and extending the lead. And then I'm not sure what was happening at third, but they forgot the scouting report. And the third baseman drops back in his position almost near the dirt. And Armani's a third of the way down before anybody's even looking. And then he takes off, gets another 5 steps before the pitcher realizes it. He stole home in inning 1 of a College World Series game. You talk about some intestinal fortitude from Steve Sabins and Armani Guzman to steal home in that situation?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, by the way, 8 minutes into the show, before the game even started today, Steve Sabins was named the College Baseball National Coach of the Year. And he goes out there in the first inning, he goes, yeah, let me show you. Let me show you why, one of the reasons why. He steals, and it was the first time in 20-plus years, right?
25 years.
25 years.
25, 26 years.
First time 25, 26 years. And when he did it, and we were sitting in the third baseline, it was breathtaking in the sense, like, you see him go, and it's like, whoa, it's just speed kills, and it set the tone for West Virginia. And how important was it in a 2-run game?
It was massive, but you could see it. And, again, you're right. From our view down the third baseline, I was watching him, and I said to our guy sitting next to us on the pitch before, I said, I think he's stealing home here. He was testing it and stretching it and stretching it and seeing if anybody was looking, and that third baseman kept backing up, and that's when I said, I think he's stealing home here. I couldn't believe I was saying it. First inning of a College World Series game, and boom, he takes off, and there he goes, and you're right. Changed the tone of the game. We've talked about him as like an elite shot blocker. So it's not just the steal of home. It was now that entire Troy dugout is like, where's Armani Guzman? What's he doing? We got to watch out when he's on base.
Our coverage from here in Omaha is brought to us in part by Jarrett Construction. Right on time, right on budget. You can call Jarrett Constructions. Now, you're probably wondering, what's their license number? You know, Hoppy, people want to know what their license number is. Yep. Just a minute. WV030133. That's WV030133. I understand if you don't say the number legally, they could be sent to a prison in a far distant country.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think
it is required.
You have to get it in.
Legally, you have to do that. That's in case you were wondering. WV030133. Play that tonight as your lottery ticket. When we come back, Steve Sabins' post-game comments. We may get some Mountaineer comments as well. Do stay with us. Rolling along Friday night in Omaha from the Let It Fly Sports Bar. 7-5 the final score. Great day to be a Mountaineer. Back with more after this.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
Hey, this is Brad Howe for your local internet provider, CityNet. For years, rural communities in West Virginia waited for reliable, high-speed internet. Now, fiber is most likely at your front door. Public investment helped build the opportunity, and CityNet delivered the service to homes and businesses just like yours. With free equipment, free installation, no contract, and local support you can count on, switching to fiber has never been easier. Fast downloads, smooth streaming, better connections for work, school, and everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline
returns in 2 minutes
on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, and lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The CityNet Sportsline from the Let It Fly Sports Bar in Omaha, Nebraska continues now. If you're watching on MetroNews TV or on our YouTube channel, we are streaming this live, and our cameraman, Mr. Daniel Lohman, has taken a shot for the first time since we've been here of what we look through in our studio from up top. So that is the crowd inside. It's an unbelievable place, and we've had just you couldn't ask for better facilities and nicer people than we got. And Dan, when you spin that camera around, show the V-Man. Is V-Man left? Oh, V-Man's left. Yeah, we got a guy by the name of Val. He's a great guy, and he's working here as well. All right. Steve Zabin's coming up in a second.
This has been a great environment. This is where the kickoff or first pitch event was this morning. We were here. It was packed around that whole upper area that you saw down below. So as we know, big event, Mountaineers are going to show up, and they have here in Omaha.
It's some of the circuitous routes that were taken for them to get here.
Yeah, we're going to try to get someone on before we go off the air this evening. The stories that happened in the last 24 hours of Mountaineer fans trying to get to Omaha to watch today's game and others, they're absolutely breathtaking. As you probably know, really bad weather back home impacted flights tremendously. And what happened, I'll just kind of give you a little tease to what happened is, so you have just a bunch of Mountaineer fans, that's the collective, and they're all in the same precarious situation. And so what happens is these friendships are instantly made, and they say, hey, where are you going to go? How are you flying? Where are you going to go to? Can we meet? And then because you couldn't get to Omaha, can we go to can you go to Kansas City? And then can we rent a vehicle? So you have these stories of people that don't know each other when the day started, spending 15 and 18 hours together, and then getting in one case, it's a 15-person passenger van. Overnight, they drive from where they landed to get here. It's the most incredible stories, and hopefully we'll have, I know one gentleman was going to try to come back after the game today and tell us his story.
I was up on the concourse trying to change the mojo at one point.
Yeah,
I'm standing there.
Left the seats. Yes.
Gentleman came running in, and we know him, big listener of the program, good friend of ours. He comes running in, breathless. He said, I just got here 5 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
I was delayed getting from X to X coming through Chicago. I dropped my bag at the hotel, and he ran and got there in like the third inning. So, there's a number of them. Remarkable efforts.
All right, let's jump into some post-game audio following West Virginia's 7-5 victory over Troy. And at the podium after the game, Steve Sabins obviously was representing West Virginia, and Ian Korn, who had himself the day, Armani Guzman, and Tyrus Hall were all represented. And the press conference opened up with Steve Sabins' initial comments, and then you'll hear some question and answer from the media there to players. So we'll play some of that just to get a little insight to see what Steve and the Mountaineers were thinking. Take it away.
Spent a little bit of time on just how well Troy played and how well coached they are and how competitive that team is, and what Skylar Meade has done with that program is nothing short of incredible. They deserve a ton of credit. I thought our guys came out fearless and aggressive, and started with Armani turning an error into a double and advancing to third on a throw across the diamond and stealing home. And it wasn't anything that's completely unusual to us, but it was just playing the way that we play. So I was really proud of the guys just settling in. We saw Chance and Cole get hit a little bit for basically the first time all season, so he'll bounce back and be great again. But what Ian Korn did in that game to stabilize it, to go 6 innings, 2 hits, was nothing short of miraculous. And then obviously McDougal with a big out there to close it. But a lot of heroes throughout the game. The guys that left of me, certainly those, and Tyrus Hall played as good as anybody. Had the big double off the left center field wall, followed up by incredible defensive play that ended up saving a run. But I thought we played clean baseball. I thought the guys were grounded and were themselves, and I think that's all you're looking for this time of year.
We'll open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Andrew Rydell, College of Bakersville Central. Armani, you're the first player in Omaha to steal home in 26 years. What'd you see from Stubbs on the mound to time him up and take home pace?
Yeah, credit our coaching staff. They do a lot of scouting report and they watch a lot of video. And going into the game, we had some cues with multiple guys that they have, and we just executed a plan that we had.
Take one from up front.
Mark Ireland, Just Baseball Media. Ian came in a little bit earlier than you were probably expecting today. What was working for you in shutting down that extremely hot Troy lineup?
Yeah, so, as a pitching staff, every guy on that staff is ready to go in whenever their name's called. So, we wanted Chanson to go a little longer, but we were all ready to go. And when your name's called, you're you're ready to go and firing at all with all pitches. So I went out there, was throwing some more cutters than usual. Slider wasn't working. We threw some more curveballs. So we were mixing up a little bit more than usual, kind of against the scouting report they probably had. So, our goal is to just go out there and throw strikes, and that was what I did.
Quinn Roby, U92. Tyrus, you have had 14 RBIs since regional play. What can you say about your performance in postseason lately?
Just trying to be aggressive and attack whatever pitch I can get.
Yeah, Armani, Kirk Bowles from the Houston Chronicle. I was curious how many times you have stolen home in your career, and if you could describe the jump, and were you scared you were taking out the umpire?
I think I've definitely done it a lot more in practice than in the game. I don't think I've ever done it in a game like that, but I do it a lot in practice in the fall and in this early spring. But yeah, when I hit the umpire, I kind of got the wind knocked out of me, so it kind of hurt. But the adrenaline was there, so I didn't really feel it until I got back into the dugout.
Noah Bieniek, 11.7. Question for Tyrus. You've certainly been seeing red throughout the postseason, hitting it very well. But a question on Ben Lumsden today. 2 sacrifices right in front of you in the lineup, and I know he's had a really nice postseason as well. Just a statement on him and his overall game.
I mean, Lummer, postseason Lummer is just incredible. I've never seen anything like it. It's like Barry Bonds up in front of me, and it's nice to hit behind him because it puts pressure. Because they got to get him first. So.
Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Question for Armani and for Tyrus. On the first inning, in your play and your hit, Tyrus, in the 8th, how much do you guys, how much comfort and confidence do you get just knowing this environment was very friendly to you, and can you speak to just the support that you guys have here in Omaha and have had all through the postseason from your fans?
Yeah, It was cool. Like, the regional and super regional this year were the first time we've ever been at home. And I said it before, but you kind of feel like the superheroes when you win those games. And it's just really cool to be able to do it for the fans and your teammates.
Yeah, it's been, especially for my first year here, just seeing it on TV and now being a part of it, it's been incredible having the fans here and all the support. I couldn't wait for anything better.
Mitch Davis, I come to follow up with that question. Mentally, to play on the biggest stage, how do you compartmentalize but also play in front of those West Virginia fans that have been behind you guys all the postseason?
For me personally, I'll watch videos of me in the inter squads, and then I'll watch videos of me in the super regional. But just having that self-confidence and that belief in yourself is all it takes.
Yeah, Aaron Fitt, D1 baseball. Ian, you were incredible all season long, and then got, I guess, hit a little bit in the regional. But I know you bounced back in that third game of the Super, or second game of the Super, and then today to kind of return to who you've been all year long. What's that process been like coming through the regional to now?
Yeah, so in that regional, those 2 home runs that I gave up, I knew that they didn't matter because the guys right here were going to pick me up. So I was bummed to be taken out of the game like that, but it wasn't going to change my process. It wasn't going to change anything. So I went out there for the super regional outing, just did what I usually did, and I didn't even remember what happened in the regional. So just kind of flushing it and getting back to work is what got me here.
Nick Castrilli, WVSports.com. Armani, what are your just initial thoughts of breaking the steals record, and how cool is it that you did it in like a fitting way of stealing home like the Mountaineer way?
Yeah, I think that was the coolest part of it, being me stealing home. I feel like that's what West Virginia baseball is known for, and I feel like Victor Scott is one of those guys who kind of started that thing, and just I think it was really special for it to be on this stage that way.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Take one more.
One more. Just Coach talked about you guys getting to this stage and just kind of playing like yourselves, right? Like playing clean and confident baseball. Not a lot of teams, sometimes you see teams not do that, right? First time here, especially on this stage, it is a different feel. How were you guys able to be yourselves and kind of get comfortable in this setting?
I think from day one in the fall, you kind of know how much you want to win. And from the first game of the season to now, we want to win just as much, whether it's against Georgia Southern opening day or today against Troy at Omaha. It's just one of those things where we know we want to win and we want to succeed as a team.
Alrighty, there you go. Armani Guzman, one of the players at the table after today's 7-5 victory over Troy. Guys, these guys, Steve Sabins obviously, and then the players, whomever he brings, just continue to represent the program and the university so well.
And guys, it just continues when you listen to these players. They're just so workmanlike.
Yeah.
You just won a game in the College World Series, and those guys are talking as if it was a series in April here in Big 12 play. They are unfazed by the moment. We said that coming in. We said you may not win today, but it wasn't going to be because you were overwhelmed by the moment. These guys continue just to impress me with they just get back to work, doesn't matter the situation.
Yeah, when I got here and I was interviewing a couple of the players and asked Coach Sabins a couple of questions, and that was my first thing. What about the moment? Is the moment going to be too big? And you're like, no, we're excited. It's great to be here, and we're going to enjoy this, but we're going to do what we've been doing. I think that mindset just proved out, just carried out today in the way they played.
And that's hard when it's a Final Four or a College World Series where the destination is sometimes not the national title, it's getting to what that is. And I think this team and this group has done a great job of appreciating the moment and getting to Omaha, but saying we're not done. We're here. We're not here just to say, hey, we made it to Omaha. We're here to win this thing, and you've put yourself in a great position.
It's confidence without being cocky.
Yep, I think that's a good way to put it. I would agree with that. We've got more Steve Sabins post-game when we come back. Coach Greg Hunter with us in Morgantown. Senator is here. Hoppy is here. We're at the Let It Fly Sports Bar. And for you Three Guys followers, there's going to be a new Three Guys that comes out later tonight. After we get done with this, we're going to record another episode of Three Guys. So tell the women and children to gather around the radio. to listen to the three guys. We'll be back with more coming up on the CityNet Statewide Sports Line.
Attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
If a fire occurred in your home, would your smoke alarms work? Don't wait for a tragedy to find out. Smoke alarms are designed to give you and your family the precious seconds you need to safely escape. Test your smoke alarms every month by pressing the test button until the alarm sounds. Depending on the type of battery in your smoke alarm, you may need to change the batteries at least once a year or whenever the low battery warning chirps, and never remove the batteries for any reason. Remember, having working smoke alarms is not only a good idea, it's the law. A message from the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's Office.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family-owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet Statewide Sports Line returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Thanks for checking in and happy Friday. We have an isolated severe risk later today. We'll be watching for some wind and hail potential mainly across the eastern part of the state. Quieter and sunnier as we head into Saturday. More storms return on Sunday and a marginal severe threat at that point. I did want to show you the drought monitor updated on Thursday every week. We still have severe drought in orange from Charleston south, but a lot of negative numbers here across much of the state. And over the next 7 days, we do have that rain chance coming back, maybe 1 to 2 inches. But a severe threat, slight risk in yellow here across the eastern part of the state. Later on this afternoon, again into the evening hours, there is that chance for some wind and some hail and a few pockets of heavy rain. And then Sunday, a marginal severe threat, again, farther to the north and east. Time now for a Fly CRW forecast. It starts at home. Some showers and thunderstorms in Florida, including Orlando and Tampa, even into Myrtle Beach. But Saturday morning from the Panhandle, we're going to be dropping down into the 60s. Most of the rain done as we head into the overnight hours. Temperatures topping out into the 80s on Saturday. Again, maybe a few showers early into the evening, quieting down after midnight. Saturday daytime highs topping out into the upper 80s from Romney to Cumberland, and Petersburg will be at 90 degrees. As we head to the south and west, again, showers and storms early into the evening hours. Those will be fading away. Harrisville at 60 degrees by Saturday morning, and those daytime highs will be a little cooler as you travel to Parsons and Elkins into the lower 80s. Farther south, again, the showers and thunderstorms early on with the thunder threat, of course, fading after midnight, and dry and sunny Saturday coming up. There's our chance for some additional thunderstorms on Sunday. Again, a marginal risk to the north and east, and a little cooler Monday.
You can do a slow zoom. Thanks so much for being with us. We're inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar following West Virginia's historic 7-5 victory. Yes. First ever game in the College World Series. For those of you that are watching on YouTube or Metro News Television, that shot out there is into the midst of this complex where we have been broadcasting from since we arrived on Wednesday.
We were out there earlier. They had the gathering at 10 to 12 today, and hundreds of Mountaineer fans were in here in this 2-level amazing sports bar, and we got a chance to talk to a ton of Mountaineer fans. And invariably I'd ask them, so what do you think today? And you know how Mountaineer fans are. They're like, well, let's wait and see. We've been disappointed before. And that's our culture a little bit too, right? We're just waiting for the shoe to drop. Like I don't know, but I'm here. I'm hoping for the best. But so it was great to have the fans here, and great to have West Virginia win this first game, Brad, and so people can breathe. Like, oh, okay, whew, wow, I was worried.
Yeah,
right?
although I think this team is inspiring a little more confidence than normal. I think there's a vibe out there that you can sense. Like, all right, let's go. Let's line up and do this. You've been a top 20 team all year. This is not a little engine that could. This is a team that is legitimate national power at this point. And I do feel there's maybe a little bit of a switch there, and there's a swagger and a confidence walking in there. There was a lot of fist bumps and let's goes and some confidence, not the normal, I'm a little bit worried here.
Well, I still ran across those people.
And see, I had a different experience. I found some people that were like, hey, let's go. Come on.
Maybe
So
it was all the older Mountaineer fans I was talking with.
It might have
right?
been. Yeah, I feel like there's a quiet confidence that runs through this team, and if you've been following them day to day and week to week throughout this season, this is a legitimate title contender now. This is not a little engine that could.
What I would like to see, and I think it's got a chance to permeate to all of the teams, right? Women's basketball showed that fortitude and that toughness, right? Now men's basketball did, obviously. So now let's get it back to football like it used to be, and then you go like,
okay,
we not only say what we are, this is who we are, and then now you got something going. I think we're there. I think we're going that direction.
Doesn't this experience, doesn't it feel like a we're back kind of moment for Mountaineer fans?
Yes.
I mean, that whole lower level of the stadium was packed. There was a lot of gold. We've been walking outside, and there's Mountaineer fans everywhere. So you don't want to. Well, the old joke in the old Big 12 is everybody kept saying Texas is back, and yet they were never back. This one felt today like an old school bowl game where there's Mountaineer people everywhere and roaming the streets, and a little bit of a, are we back here, folks? Are we back?
Can I say one thing off topic?
Well,
it sounds like you're about to.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I just saw this, and it's just infuriating.
Ooh, you're hot about something. What are you hot about?
Oklahoma Attorney General. The Oklahoma Attorney General has called on the Big 12 to.
Excuse me.
The Oklahoma Attorney General has called on the Big 12 to suspend Sorsby. That almost makes me want to say, let Sorsby play. Are you kidding me? The Oklahoma Attorney General is saying that.
Now that's Oklahoma that's in the SEC now. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That left the Big 12. And maybe I tell you what, if Oklahoma wants to investigate anything maybe they should look at their own backyard going back years. They got a lot of stones for the Oklahoma Attorney General to try to tell the Big. Now, I think Sorsby should be suspended. But Oklahoma, mind your business.
Thank you, Hoppy, for that.
I'm sorry.
Off-tangent topic, but it's good. No, it's good. We'll get into that more. I'm with. Do you know where I sit on that bandwagon? Let's go back to Steve Sabins.
I'm stunned as well with that.
Are you?
Oklahoma age. Stand down.
Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
National Coach of the Year, Steve Sabins, following West Virginia's 7-5 victory over Troy. We go back to the post-game press conference from just a short while ago. Steve's thoughts about the game today.
We're pitching in Division II last year. What does that say about kind of like roster building in today's game?
Really cool. Just the fact that those kids got a chance to go pitch on the biggest stage that there is in college baseball and are both really, really talented and have led their teams to Omaha just shows you like why our sport's a little bit different. Like skill develops. It's not always just talent, where in some other major sports, talent is always king. Sometimes just like growth and strength and skill, and when strength meets skill, you can start to get really good. And so there's just like this evolution of baseball players, and that's why you can always see great players at all these different levels. And so if you're courageous enough as a coach like Skylar Meade is, and you can imagine, I think this Division II guy could take us to Omaha without feeling too crazy, and you really trust your gut and your evaluation, then those things can happen. And so pretty amazing, like Ian Korn, just like who that guy is and his presence and his ability to do that. It's just because he's very talented. He developed a little bit later in his career, and I think a lot of times those D2 kids, things haven't always been easy for them, and there's been some adversity along the way, and that matters in this sport. and the development hasn't always been easy. So when you get to a great program that has those resources, they're so thankful for them, and they take advantage of them every day. And so for me, I got a little bit of soft spot because I was a walk-on at a junior college, and I played at Division I, and then I ended up playing at an NAIA school that's now D2. And so I just remember, like, throughout my journey, there's some guys on that team where you're like, I'm pretty sure that guy's like way better than the guy that I was at Division I with, or like the 3-hole for Angelina Junior College, like, should be banging in the Big 12, right? But there's just a lot of factors, whether it's where they're from or their background or their grades at that time, or if they were able to play in certain tournaments. So I think part of the fun in recruiting is trying to find those guys that maybe are a little bit undervalued.
Noah Beanick, 11.7. Coach, 2 outs, tying run at the plate, and he's the Sun Belt Player of the Year. And you turned to Ben McDougal for his first save of the year.
Dukes.
Can you explain that decision?
I can. Dougal's had ice water in his veins, man. He's a killer, and he's one of the most quiet guys and most humble guys, and he's from the state of West Virginia. And in every big moment that he's ever been put in, he's basically been himself or elevated his game. 4-hole for Troy, smashes baseballs, and that's what he did the at-bat before when he hit Korn for the homer to left center. Ball was hit about 115 miles an hour. And so matchup-wise, we just believed that left-handed was better against Janicki in that situation. And it's easy because Korn was kind of, not easy, Korn was kind of cruising. And so we knew that Korn was going to face the first 3 hitters. And if it got to Janicki, we were going to go to McDougal. But after he clips off 2 quick outs and then it's a walk, you're like, oh, God damn, I wish we weren't in that spot, right? Because the guy's throwing strikes and handling the moment, and so there's always like that unknown when you bring somebody out of the bullpen in the big moment. It's just with McDougal, he's so convicted, and he's been in those moments so many times that we just, at the end of the day, what I told myself is like, you're either playing to win or you're playing to lose, essentially. So you got to play to win because it's the right matchup with the right kid, and the extra bases, right versus left, is completely different. He's been a different hitter this year versus left-handed fastball, and so we just had to go rip the Band-Aid off and do that.
Greg Carey, West Virginia Metro News. Steve in the back. What role did you feel like defense played in the outcome today?
Huge role. I think starting with Tyrus Hall's diving play in the 6-hole, and then Brody Kresser handled the ball really well. Maybe started with Gavin Kelly at second base early in that game. Left-handed hitter, hit a ball up the middle, and he went like bent knee slide in the up the middle, and then set his feet and threw a strike to first base. Those are just game changers. Especially to set the tone and just settle in, especially a hard play right off the bat. If you're timid at all, you just don't make those plays. So the kids were in a great headspace. Ben Lumsden had a good throw home. Armani Guzman had a good throw home. Guzman made a really nice play running back on the ball to deep right center. I think that was in the 9th. Paul Schoenfeld played clean baseball. We threw to the correct bases. Gravlin had a nice throw to second base. I'm gonna joke with Matty Einish because if somebody doesn't get the tag down, we always say soft tag, soft person, soft player. So he had that soft tag, or maybe it wasn't soft. That's not fair. Bust his balls, but a tag that the guy barely got in, but the ball beat him. So Gravy he threw really well and handled the game really, really good behind the plate.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Coach, the bottom third of the lineup has carried a lot of weight for this club lately, whether it's Brody, whether it's Tyrus, or whether it's Ben. What did you see from really Tyrus today, but also that group really the last few weeks?
They've just been tremendous and doing great. And I don't know that Lumsden has a sacrifice bunt on the season. So to have 2 really big ones was huge. He has bunt skill, but he's like a big man. He's 6'4", left-handed, more of a power bat, and so for him to be able to get those bunts down in that moment was huge. Left on left with right heaters, it's hard. You got to get on top of the ball on that fastball. It's very easy to pop that ball up, and so the first one was that one was about as close as you can get. Pine at third base, I think he laid out or thought about laying out on the first bunt, and if he catches that ball in the air, we're probably triple play territory, which would have been devastating for the Mountaineers. But he got the job done. And then The next time it came up, we thought they might run a wheel play or be aggressive on the corners coming in, but Lumsden was able to just kill the bunt in front of home plate, and Tyrus came up huge. And you can't bunt to a 9-hole unless you think the 9-hole can make contact and have a great at-bat. And so that's kind of where Tyrus is at right now from a confidence standpoint. And
bunt to.
All right, there you go. You were saying?
Yeah, so what he's saying there, the 9-hole, meaning have the 8th hitter 8 in the lineup lay the bunt down. You normally don't do that in any level to get it to the number 9 hitter, but in West Virginia's case, that's one of your best hitters over the last couple of weeks. So the bunting to the 9-hole, that's just another example of how this team has been non-traditional in achieving through that.
We have a final break that we're going to take, and then Greg Hunter is going to join us for some texts that have come in during the course of the show. And on the chat, Hoppy, Diana on our YouTube chat, I'll just be the reporter.
That's fine.
You don't blame the message.
You just
Hoppy,
report.
are you stupid? Oklahoma State is in the Big 12.
It's a fair comment.
So the Oklahoma AG was representing both.
I guess
you guys thought it from
we
a center
stand
perspective.
corrected.
I guess I got out over my skis. I saw the Oklahoma AG, and I was thinking about the University of Oklahoma, and I stand corrected. Thank
Hoppy.
you.
That's okay.
That was a stupid comment on my
We're going to
part.
censure you and hit you with a hamburger or a chicken wing here at the sports bar.
I
before
appreciate
the night is over.
Kercheval appreciates the correction.
We'll be back with more Coach Hunter with some text when we come back following West Virginia's 7-5 victory over Troy earlier today here in Omaha. We'll be back.
The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program has been a huge success. High school juniors from all across the state have applied, and we're down to 15 finalists. Now, we need your help. Please go to wvmetronews.com and vote for your favorite finalist. By casting your vote, you can help determine who will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. Just log on to wvmetronews.com, click the Vote Now button, and cast your vote. You have until midnight, June 14th, to help us change the life of a West Virginia student and their family forever. Cast your vote today by clicking the Vote Now button at wvmetronews.com. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar is supported by Greer Industries, the West Virginia Hospital Association, ZMM Architects and Engineers, the West Virginia Farm Bureau, Friends of Coal, and of course, MetroNews. Vote now at wvmetronews.com and help us change the life of a West Virginia student forever.
Feeling under the weather but don't want to leave home? With WVU Medicine Virtual Urgent Care, you can connect with a provider in minutes, right from your phone, tablet, or computer. From cold and flu symptoms to minor injuries and more. Expert care is just a click away. No waiting room, no commute. Available when you need it most, including evenings and weekends. Skip the trip and feel better faster. Visit wvumedicine.org/virtualuc.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
CityNet Fiber is built for the Virginia lives and works. From streaming at home to running your business, you can check your address and get started today at citynet.net. Remember, CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
That's very nice. What do you say, by the way, our health plan studio has moved here to Omaha. So health plan now in Morgantown have a studio. Now they have a studio in Omaha.
Yeah.
Continue to move out.
We moved it for over 40 years.
Over 40 years, yeah.
The health plan.
Coach Hunter, let's go to the text line, buddy. What are you getting on the line so far this evening?
Well, certainly they're starting to stream in. And first and foremost, we've had several observations that they like you guys in hats. They were watching the video stream through the MetroNews TV app, I assume. And the three of you, as I like to say, are in ball caps. It's a fine look.
They are ball caps, Coach Hunter. Yes.
It's a fine look. And I think our listeners, at least some of our texters, would agree with that. But one of them, and this is an observation, and Brad, you could talk about it a little bit. Great game. This team steals home more than any that I have seen, says the texter. But they wanted to know about the catcher on that play, which was Janicki, who would hit a home run later and ultimately also had the final out. Stepped out in front of the plate a couple of steps or two as he received the ball and thus had to reach back. Way you think that should have been played by him? What'd you think, Brad?
Yes, because when you're stealing home in that position, the one thing the catcher can't do is wait for the ball to arrive or the runner slides in front of that. So if you're the catcher, you're trying to speed up the process to get the ball in your hand by stepping forward, catching, and then coming back for the tag if you need to. So, yeah, Janicki did the right thing. You got to come get the ball and try and make the tag. But by the way, guys, that's stolen on the pitcher is what happens there. That's stolen because the pitcher, Stubbs, not paying attention. They had those cues, and again, the biggest key to that, the third baseman did not even attempt to be in a position to hold Guzman. He went back into full fielding position, and Armani just took off.
That is a massive blunder because if there's one thing in anything on their scouting report, it should be Armani Guzman is one of the fastest and most aggressive base runners in the country. Why you should have had an APB on him when he got to third.
And this team in him, they steal home. So that's the thing. It's not like it's, he's fast and a great base stealer, and oh my God, somebody stole home. That's what this team does, and you don't have to hold him like you're a first baseman, but if you go back to some of the other Big 12 games that know him, they're in the vicinity. You have to give him at least a look that you're going to sneak in behind him and put a tag down, and they did not. The kid just backed all the way up from Troy, and Guzman saw it, Saban saw it, inched out, and then boom, took it, and I thought it was a game changer right out of the gate.
Hey, Coach Hunter, give us another one before we have to go away.
Yeah, real quick one from a texter. So proud today. Recently lost my brother, who was a West Virginia guy, and my father was a great American Legion coach. Wish they could have seen this one. Unbelievable for my family. I don't choke.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't. There's so many of those that we're hearing. There's so many of those that we're hearing. I know of two people who listened to West Virginia seal the win in this postseason in Morgantown that then were gone within the next 24 hours, and they're lasting memories, right? And so, it's kind of one of those things where I remember when, I'll never forget where I was when, you fill in those blanks, and I think we're having a lot of those moments, here. in Omaha. Let's do a quick little thing here schedule-wise. Now, West Virginia goes again on Sunday.
Plays Sunday evening now in this because you've won. And then you see what happens. If you can get a win Sunday, you're off until Wednesday, and you're sitting in a position that you're 2-0, and you just have to win one to get out of this side of the bracket. Someone's got to come in and beat you twice to advance on. If you happen to lose on Sunday, you turn around and come back and play then on Tuesday. So you've got a couple days to rest and gather here, one day until you get to Sunday, and then a chance to advance yourself on to Wednesday, which obviously would be a huge boost from a pitching standpoint.
The other side of this bracket is Ole Miss and North Carolina, and those two teams are getting ready to play the second game of the tournament just about 10 minutes from where we are located. If by chance you are coming into Omaha and haven't made it here yet, we invite you to stop by at the Let It Fly Sports Bar, centrally located. It's become the home base for Mountaineer fans, and we'll continue our coverage here on WVMetroNews.com with a new episode of Three Guys Before the Game dropping tonight. We'll have it out for you before 10 o'clock this evening. That'll do it. Special thanks to our technical producer, the V-Man, Dan Lohman, senior producer in charge of satellite delivery and confusion, Ben Lohman, who he got a new girlfriend over at the ball game today. That's just tremendous. And Brad Howe,
did he?
Yeah, he did. Met a young lady, nice young lady. And anyway, it's a big day. We're out.
Wide Sportsline is an exclusive production of the Metro News Radio Network. All rights reserved.